We do want to get to AIR7. Gabe Santos in AIR7 now. He is over the Palisades Fire as the firefight continues there. Hi, Gabe.
Yeah, Michelle, so we used our sky map to look at where the devastation was exactly in Altadena and Pasadena, and now we're doing the same thing with the Palisades. It's a little bit more of a smokier scene here because there is active fire and active flames on the Palisades Fire right now, but we're taking a look now at Sosmore, excuse me for the pronunciation there, DePaul Street, just areas of the Palisades and into Malibu that are a complete, just incomplete ruins, and you see those street numbers pop up there, the 750s, the 770s, going into the 800s. There's Caruso Village right there off of Sunset. That one survived, but as we go a little bit further down and to the right, the Alphabet Streets, so much destruction in that area. Galloway, Embury, If Street, Kagawa Street, though Bashford, so much destruction around there. Chautauqua, Albright, the Alphabet Streets appear to have been just completely wiped off the map. And I heard someone say, you know, we were talking to a resident there, and they said, you might as well wipe the Pacific Palisades off the map because that's what has happened here. Although, you know, just there's so many surprising instances where you see all of these city blocks just completely devastated, and then there's one house remaining, and you have to wonder how that person will be able to continue with their you know, livelihood and their normal life, because everything around the neighborhood has been completely destroyed, let alone access to the neighborhood alone. So even if you have one home on a city block that's been completely demolished, will that person even be able to access their home and you know, have some sense of normalcy? That question is yet to be determined, because I think it'll be some time before normal access will be restored to these areas as we continue to kind of look at some of these other streets here. Alma Real Drive, it looks like a few homes made it there. Earlham Street, a lot of destruction there. Lombard Street, Swarthmore Avenue, excuse my pronunciation on that one, but hopefully you're able to look at this sky map display as I am and pick out any street that maybe you've been concerned about, or any number that you've been concerned about, and hopefully we'll be able to offer some sort of closure, maybe if you've been wondering, if you didn't know if your property made it, or hopefully, you know, maybe if you're lucky, we'll be able to help bring you some good news maybe, and show you that maybe your parcel is still standing right now.
Well, Gabe, we know for the Palisades Fire particularly, 5,000 plus structures destroyed. Many of those are homes, as we're seeing here. But to your point about those lone homes on an entire block that may still be standing, as people try to return to their normal lives, it's not just homes impacted, right? Schools we've seen have burned down, community stores, grocery stores, pharmacies. So to go back into this area, if you are someone who does still have a home there, returning back to your normal life could be difficult, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and something I heard you talking. Go ahead, Gabe.
Well, just to agree with Michelle's point there, it would be completely difficult, even if your home did survive, for you to have any sort of normalcy for quite some time to come, just because the entire community has been affected by this. You know, the grocery store, gas stations, you have power lines, you have water line issues, you have cell tower issues, and some of those are being worked on kind of as crews move in and work on those things. But a lot of other things like the schools in the area, if your child's school burned down, I think it's going to be some time before we have an answer to how you move on with your child's education. And these are just the questions that we don't think about until after a disaster like this happens, but it's definitely something that a lot of people are thinking about now.
You think about how long it takes to build a house. How about rebuilding 3,000 houses or 5,000 houses? It's just going to take a long time for any of these neighborhoods to look like what they once did.